Alright, viewers and subscribers. Today we're going to take a look at former reggae boy striker Walter Boyd. We're going to examine how talented he was, how much he achieved, and how much he could have achieved. Now, the skillful striker who stood at 5 feet 11 inches was nicknamed the Pearl or Blacker Pearl. He was as gifted as they come. However, off-field issues always got the better of him during his playing days. Having said that, Walter Boyd was loved beyond measures by the Jamaican fans. One thing that readily comes to mind is back in 1998 when he was dropped leading up to the FIFA World Cup. The striker was at loggerheads with the coaching staff as he wasn't taking part in training as often as the other players. Now, when it was announced by the coaching staff that it was a possibility that the Pearl wouldn't be taken to the World Cup, all hell broke loose, especially in the parish of Kingston. Jamaicans were looking at it from the point of view that Pearl was the most gifted player and Jamaica's best chance in the 98 World Cup. The coaching staff and the management team inside the camp, however, were adamant that the striker's disciplinary issues would negatively affect the team. After petition upon petition, the Pearl was given a seat on the flight to France 98. During the World Cup, the most gifted player only managed to make 3 substitute appearances. Generally speaking, his career was like a roller coaster. Walter Boyd represented several clubs, both locally and internationally. Some of the main clubs that he represented are as follows. From 1992 to 1996, he represented the Colorado Foxes, scoring 6 goals in 12 games. He represented Arnett Gardens between 1997 to 1999, scoring 2 goals in 7 games. Between the years of 1999 to 2001, he represented Swansea City, scoring 10 goals in 43 games. The Pearl went on to represent Arnett Garden between 2001 to 2004, scoring 4 goals in 11 games. Down in 2004 to 2006, he represented Constant Spring, scoring 15 goals in 26 games. The skillful forward played over 75 times for the Jamaica national team, scoring 19 goals. Walter Blacker Pearl Boyd will always be remembered as one of the most skillful and clinical maestro to play for Jamaica. The mention of his name, however, at times bring a bittersweet moment, as football fans will tell you that his often controversial issues prevented him from reaching the peak of success. I am an advocate of not only coaching youngsters, but also teaching youngsters, teaching them the way of life, not only how to kick the ball on the field, but also how to carry themselves, both on and off the field. Now, this story of Blacker Pearl is one that I think should be presented to youngsters in schools, especially at the Manning Cup level. We look around each year and we watch the Manning Cup and we see some of the most talented youngsters in the world playing schoolboy football. But after leaving high school at 18, 19, you hardly ever hear anything about them again. Sometimes it is a case that they would have been signed by different clubs, but because of their attitude and their work ethics, the club probably have to part ways with them. This therefore means that the high school coaches need to have training sessions with the youngsters that focus on their behavior, not only on tactical gameplay, but also how to conduct themselves. This will be beneficial to them in the future, as it will help them whether they are signing a professional contract or they are just playing the game recreationally. This should not only be a game, but also a way of life. it is impossible for us to have these youngsters playing Manning Cup right throughout high school, and then at the end, they are hardly able to show anything. And when I say show anything, I am basically speaking about personality wise. You know, it is not a good look whenever we watch these same youngsters on the field, and when they are out in the working world, they are not able to conduct themselves in such a way that persons would be happy to identify with them. So I am thinking that as talented as our youngsters are, if they are not shown the straight and narrow path as it relates to their behavior and how to conduct themselves professionally, it doesn't matter how talented they are, how gifted they are, things more than likely won't work out in the best way possible. So I am hoping that this story of Walter Boyd and other many countless other Jamaican superstars that would have showed a lot of talent and so in the early part of their careers. We're talking about cricketers, footballers, track and field athletes, loads of athletes that would have shown some amount of promise, but because of underlying issues that are not related to the game itself, because of those issues, then their career would have basically been cut short. So I am hoping that all coaches and all persons that are associated with these youngsters that are leaving our high school system, that they are teaching them the skills of life and not just teaching them the skills of the game. Sports to the bone, keeping you informed. Please remember to share, like, leave us a comment, and if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to our channel.